This is nuts. This went from something that basically everyone agreed with to now something that everyone needs to know about and needs to fight against. Of course, our government does this. White House very in favor of bill to target TikTok. Now, we should have known something was afoot when so many Democrats were on board to also ban TikTok. It was weird that it had this bipartisan support. It was something I didn't really understand myself either. Appearing on CBS's Face the Nation on Sunday morning, Senator Mark Warner of Virginia said the proposed legislation had picked up support in his congressional chamber from 11 Democrats, of which he is one, as well as 11 Republicans. I think the White House is very in favor of this bill, said Warner, chair of the Senate Select Committee on Intelligence, without saying whether Biden's administration would push for these steps to be taken against TikTok. Warner added, "We would give Secretary of Commerce the tools to ban or to force a sale." This is something that we're all basically okay with, right? Except that's not what it is. It actually goes much deeper. In fact, the bill to ban TikTok, this is from Greg Price, is absolutely terrifying. It gives the government the ability to go after anyone they deem, anyone they choose as a national security risk, at which point they can access everything from their computer to video games to their Ring doorbell camera. This is a Patriot Act for the internet. You see here, Mrs. Caucus, the Restrict Act is not limited to just TikTok. It gives the government authority over all forms of communication, domestic or abroad, and grants power to, quote, enforce any mitigation measures to address any risk, meaning they can do whatever they want. A review and prohibit certain transactions between persons in the United States and foreign adversaries and for other purposes. I mean, this is, or potential future transaction, a thought crime. So what happens if you're designated a national security threat? What can they access of yours to confirm it? Literally everything. Notice the preemptive attack on quantum encryption in there too. It also allows the Director of National Intelligence and Security for Commerce the authority to universally designate new foreign adversaries without notifying Congress, and a 15-day window to even notify the President of the United States. It also requires a joint resolution of Congress to be able to even overturn it. If you recall from before, quote, foreign individuals can now also be U.S. citizens that are deemed a national security threat. Once designated, the bill grants authority to enforce any action deemed necessary to mitigate the threat with zero due process and few limits on punishments. After the federal government has detained you without due process to mitigate the, quote, immediate threat you pose, what kind of punishments await for you in court? Well, how about $1 million fine, 20 years in prison, and forfeiture of everything you own? You might be saying, well, this is crazy. This is insanity. This can't possibly be real. Oh, but my friends, it is real. And the other thing is, look at how the federal government got involved. We know now factually with Twitter and Facebook and Instagram and presumably YouTube and all these other places. We know that the FBI was sending Twitter little tattletale notes over people that didn't even register, like 7 or 8 followers making some Trump tweet, and the FBI was freaking out. If this passes, it will be the greatest infringement on the United States citizens' rights in modern day history, other than maybe lockdowns. The act also grants unlimited hiring power to positions of enforcement, unlimited funds with little or no renew, and immunity to the Freedom of Information Act, which means they can do whatever they want and never get caught. The bill that claims to protect U.S. interests from foreign entities allows the feds to classify anyone they deem is a security threat, even U.S. citizens, as foreign individuals, and gives them unlimited funds, unlimited hiring, no due process, and is immune from FOIA. wanting to ban TikTok, actually getting tricked into banning Bitcoin by progressives. I mean, it was like, it's insane. For the purpose of this bill, by the way, a transaction is anything by anyone. It's insane. Good job, Mrs. Caucus. Like, this is the greatest infringement on American rights in history, in our history, you know, the people that are alive right now. And I mean, I guess since the Patriot Act. Only this is worse. This is worse than the Patriot Act. They told us that they wanted to ban. Remember when the Patriot Act came out and they're like, don't you want to be safe? Then they're like, oh yeah, we can just wiretap whoever we want. Oh, and also let's get rid of online gambling. Let's get rid of online poker. We don't like that. What did that have to do with making people safe? Nothing. It was just in there. People said, I don't care. I want to be safe. Take these rights away from me. I just want to be safe.